This is my steamed ginger treacle pudding. And for me, this is a very nostalgic dessert as it's inspired by one that my grandmother used to make. I've got a pudding bowl here and I've got the syrup from a jar of stem ginger. I love using ginger and I love stem ginger pieces like this. So I've got the syrup in there and I've got some treacle in here and I'm going to mix together, it's equal quantities. And I love using the two, both the treacle and the ginger, because you get that great depth of flavour. So mix these two together and then put that into the pudding bowl. It's been buttered already. So I'm going to pour this in. And then into a mixing bowl, put some butter. I'm going to beat the butter. And then I'm adding in brown sugar, a light brown sugar, as I prefer the flavour of the light brown sugar with the treacle and the ginger. It's more toffee-ish. And then 2 eggs, one at a time. One. And then another. And add in the flour and the milk. Take the mixture out. You know what you could also serve this as? You could actually serve it as an alternative to Christmas pudding. And next, the chopped stem ginger goes in. This pudding is really fast to put together. Now, put the mixture into the bowl. So you want to leave the treacle and the ginger, you see, on the bottom. It's going to eventually come up the sides of the steamed sponge. And then it creates this gorgeous sauce which surrounds the sponge. And next thing, I need to take some paper, some parchment paper or greaseproof paper. And I've also got some foil here. You could use 2 layers of parchment if you like. But I'm going to just fold a little pleat in it. So, like this. And then what this does is it allows for expansion, because obviously the steam in there is going to cause it to rise, and this paper won't tear because the pleat in it will allow for a little bit of expansion. So 1 layer over it like that. And I'm going to do exactly the same with the foil. I'm tying some string around this, and actually I'll show you a good tip. You know the way it's really handy to have another person's finger when you're tying a knot like this around a pudding bowl? Well, if you give it a double turn, so 1 loop going through, and then give it another loop through, like that, okay? Then when you pull it tight, it actually holds tight for you, and you don't need someone's finger. Give it a second knot, and that's it. Pop it into the saucepan. Then it needs to steam. I've got a few inches or about 5 centimetres of water, and I've got an upturned saucer in the bottom of the saucepan, or I could use a steamer, but this is how my grandmother always did it anyway. If the water evaporates, and it can, even after say half an hour, or especially if the lid doesn't fit properly, that water will evaporate. It'll burn the saucepan, it'll burn the plate, it'll burn the pudding, everything. So make sure you always have about that much water in the saucepan. Once it comes up to the boil, like that, turn the heat down and allow it to simmer gently until it's cooked. And now, the best thing is the anticipation. Now, I think it could be cooked. Let's see. Oh, it looks great. Stick a skewer into the center. Smells really good. Skewer's coming out clean. I think it's cooked. And then flip it out. Oh, I felt it just turning out there. And oh, yes. The bowl's a little bit warm, careful. That is gorgeous. There is my very wintry, comforting, absolutely delicious steamed treacle ginger pudding. This, of course, is divine, served with custard or ice cream.